So now let's have a look at some word problems. Okay, we're going to start with something quite simple. So let's say I think of a number, okay, and then any unknown value in maths can be represented by a letter. Okay, so I'm going to use X to represent a number that I think of. Okay, then it says I add 3. Okay, add 3 can be written as add 3. Then divide it by 2. Divide it by 2. Okay, and then my answer is 12. So that is supposed to be equal to 12. Form an equation and solve it to find my number. So I need to now write this as an equation. So I'm going to start again. So I think of a number, that's X. Okay, then I add 3. Okay, then divide it by 2. Now, this is the tricky part. I can't just do it like this, okay, because when I do this calculation, then the BIDMAS would tell me to do division first and then addition, okay, and this is not what the sentence is saying, okay. It says I add 3, then divide by 2. So that means I need to do this first, okay, get my answer and then divide by 2, and then the answer is 12. Okay, now this can be written nicely, okay, in a different way, okay, using a fraction. So this is my equation. Okay, so I think of a number, I add 3, then divide by 2, and the answer is 12. Okay, so now if I want to solve this equation, I times both sides by 2 to get rid of the fraction, to get rid of the 2 here. Okay, because remember we have divide by 2, so to do the opposite, okay, we times by 2 left side and we times by 2 the right side. Okay, so then I have X plus 3 left on the left hand side and then 24 on the right hand side. Now to get rid of add 3, we need to take away 3 from both sides. That means that the value of X is 21. I can check my answer. Okay, let's check. So if I start with 21, so this is the number I think of, then I'm supposed to add 3. So this is 24. Okay, then I divided by 2, and that is 12. And I was supposed to get 12, so I know that's correct. Another example, okay, involves a shape. Okay, we have a rectangle, and we know that the perimeter of this rectangle is 42 centimeters. Okay, just as a reminder, the perimeter is the distance around the shape. Okay, so we normally calculate the perimeter by adding all the lengths. Now calculate the lengths of the sides by forming an equation and solving it. Okay, now remember, okay, that we have only 2 sides labeled, but obviously this side is also X plus 5, and then this side is also X take away 2. Okay, so I have 4 sides. So I have 2 sides of X take away 2, and then I also have 2 sides X plus 5. So I could write it out as X take away 2, add X take away 2, add X plus 5, add X plus 5. But, okay, I can just times the 2 lengths by 2 because I know I have 2 pairs. Okay, now I could expand the brackets. Okay, so that's 2 times X, that's 2X. 2 times negative 2, that is take away 4. Then 2 times X again is 2X. And then 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, and that is supposed to be equal to 42. Now I need to collect like terms, so I've got 2x, add 2x, which is 4x. Then negative 4, add 10, which is positive 6. That is 42. Now to get rid of the add 6, I take away 6 from both sides. Okay, so 4x equals 36. And then divide both sides by 4 to get rid of the 4 here. and then x equals 9. Okay, just like in the previous question, you could substitute the value of x into the lengths and see whether the perimeter is actually equal to 42. And the next question, I have a triangle. Okay, one side can be labeled x, one of the other sides is 8 centimeters more than that, and the final side is double the first side, and the perimeter of the triangle is 26 centimeters. Okay, so I can sketch the triangle. Okay, one side is x. Okay, then one of the other side is 8 centimeters more. Okay, that's going to be x plus 8. And then the final side is double the first side. Okay, it's double. So that's going to be 2x. And then the perimeter is 26. So when I add all the lengths, which is x, add x plus 8, add 2x, I get 26. Okay, we collect like terms. I've got x plus 2x, that is 4x, plus 8 equals 26. Now to get rid of the add 8, I take away 8 from both sides, and then 4x equals 18. So x equals 4.5. In this question, I have two rectangles, and we know that the areas of the two rectangles are equal. You should remember that to find the area of a rectangle, we need to multiply length and width. Okay, so for the red rectangle, the area will be 5 times 2x take away 3. Okay, I could write this as 2x take away 3, and I could also expand brackets. Okay, so 5 times 2x, which is 10x, and then 5 times negative 3, which is negative 15. Now for the blue rectangle, that is 2 times 4x plus 2. That can be written as 2 bracket 4x plus 2. And again, I can expand brackets, and that is 8x, and then 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so we are told in this question that the two areas are equal. So I know that, let's say this is area 1. Okay, and then this is area 2. And then those areas are equal. So area 1 equals area 2. So area 1 is 10x take away 15, and then area 2 is 8x add 4. So now I need to find the value of x. It is an equation with unknowns on both sides. Okay, I need to look where I have a bigger x. So I have 10x and then 8x. 10x is bigger, so I want to keep x's on the left hand side. So I need to get rid of 8x from the right hand side, so I take it away, but remember you need to do it from both sides. So now I have 2x left, and then take away 15 equals 4. Okay, now I want to get rid of the take away 15, so I need to add it to both sides, and that is 2x equals 19. To get rid of the 2, remember 2x means 2 times x, so I need to do the opposite, so I divide both sides by 2, so x equals 9.5. Now read the question very carefully, because yes, we found the value of x, however the question is asking us to find the lengths of the sides. So x is not the length of the side, okay? X is just a part of an expression. So now we need to substitute the value of x into those two equations, into those two expressions to find the value of the whole side, to find the length of the whole side. So here I have 2 times 9.5, take away 3, okay, and that is 16. And here I have 4 times 9.5, add 2, and that is 40. Okay, so 40 is the length in the blue rectangle, and 16 is the length of the red rectangle. I could now check, okay, to see whether my answers are correct, because when I work out the areas of the two rectangles, then they should be the same, okay? And 5 times 16 is 80, and then 2 times 40 is 80 as well, so I know I'm correct. In this question, we have money involved, so we're not dealing with shapes anymore. So Tom and Ellie both have the same amount of money to begin with. Tom multiplies his by 4 and adds 50p, and then Ellie multiplies hers by 9 and subtracts £3. They end up with the same amount of money. Calculate the amount they started with. Okay, so first thing I need to deal with, okay, is units. You see that when we're talking about Tom's money, okay, we use pence, and when we're talking about Ellie's money, we use pounds, okay? We want the same unit, so I'm going to convert 50p to pounds, and that is 0.5. Okay, so that's 0.5. So I'm going to now write, okay, what Tom has done to his money. So it says that Tom multiplies his by 4 and adds 50p. Okay, now because they have the same amount of money, okay, I'm going to use x to represent the amount of money they started with. Okay, so that is x, and it says that he multiplies it by 4, so that's times by 4, and then adds 50p, but I'm going to use 0.5. Now we can write this nicely in algebra, okay, as 4x plus 0.5. So that's Tom. And then Ellie, okay, she multiplies hers by 9, so that's x times 9, and then she subtracts 3. Okay, so that's 9x take away 3. And then we also know that they end up with the same amount of money. Okay, so that means that the amount that Tom has and the amount of money that Ellie has is the same value. So that means 4x plus 0.5 must be equal to 9x take away 3. So we have an equation with unknowns on both sides. So we want to now solve it. Now I have 4x on the left side and 9x on the right side. Because 9x is bigger, so I'm going to keep the x's on the right hand side. So I'm going to take away 4x from the left hand side, but I need to do the same to the right hand side. So I'll have only 0.5 left here, and then 5x take away 3. Now to get rid of the take away 3, I need to add 3 to both sides, and that is 3.5 equals 5x. Remember, 5x means 5 times x. So to do the opposite, I need to divide both sides by 5, and that is 0.5 equals x. So that means the initial amount of money was 70 pence. Okay, so the question was asking us to calculate the amount of money they started with, and that is 70 pence.